Hey, it's T3 Collects back again with another top 10 list. This time, we're taking a look at my top 10 list of the best DC Multiverse of 2023. And with that, Mr. Toddy Mac, Toddfather, released over 150 DC Multiverse figures. Don't know why I couldn't say that. That's not including all the vehicles like the Aquaman Seahorse, the Bat Raptor again, the Batmobile, the Batwing, stuff like that. But yeah, over 150 action figures from DC Multiverse. That sure is heck of a lot. I'm pretty sure Marvel Legends from Hasbro, I think they released a little over 170. I may be incorrect on that, but last I looked it was around like 170-ish. But yeah, 150 action figures from DC Multiverse, that is a lot. And as you can tell, throughout the year, McFarlane Toys is very consistent on having stock in hand on pegs, some being very hard to find, some that were just on pegs and you couldn't find them ever. Some people had to go to third parties. There was multi-packs. There was a giant Warner Brothers 100 Batman set, which is phenomenal. But anyway, let's get into my top 10. And yeah, when we're done, go ahead and once you're done watching this, leave a comment down below. Make sure it's positive, no negativity. Had so much negativity in my last two top 10 lists. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's get into number 10. My number 10 DC Multiverse figure of the year of 2023 goes to Blue Beetle from the Blue Beetle movie. The movie itself I felt like was pretty good. Definite Iron Man vibes, a little bit of Kamen Rider vibes. But overall, the figure is phenomenal. I think this Blue Beetle and the Black Adam from last year are two of the best movie figures that McFarlane has made. I may get hate for that, but it's true. This Blue Beetle is phenomenal. The sculpt, the paintwork on it, the articulation, the amount of accessories he came with. And there was another version where he had wings. That one's as well, I like that one too, but this one I definitely like the most. I don't know what else to say about it, but the sculpt, like what else can you say? That sculpt is fantastic. It looks exactly like the movie, like the guy in the movie, like Jaime Reyes. If they would have done a maskless one, I don't know if it wouldn't have done that well. Probably why they didn't do it, but I really love this action figure from McFarlane. This Blue Beetle is awesome. I hope that he continues to do more and more Blue Beetle with the James Gunn universe that's coming up. But that's why this one is number 10. Check this out. Face sculpt, the detail on the suit. I mean, come on. He got everything down pat from the movie. It's so good. Honestly, it's fantastic. That blue metallic paintwork is awesome. Just there's so many cool poses you can get him in, and he's great with figure photography. Anyway, that's number 10. Let's get into number 9. My number 9 DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to the Batman and Robin wave with the Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure Poison Ivy. Holy moly. I remember seeing the renders for this and I was like, oh man, I really hope that these are good. And man, McFarlane, sculptors, whoever made this figure in his team did a fantastic and bang-up job. It looks like Uma Thurman. You got all the sculpt work for the ivy on her. The paint is great. Look at the paint deco on the legs. It's got that ombre look. You got the dark black all the way to that like olive green to the knees and then up to the lighter green. Everything about this figure is fantastic. This is probably one of the best female figures that he's done since he started this line 3 years ago. So, I mean, let's take a look at her face, Uma Thurman, the sculpt work on that, on her body. Look at that, all the ivy. It's all painted really well. Like I said about the legs, look at that, the black to that olive to that light green. It's so good. And I was very hesitant about this figure when this was getting released, but once I got it in hand and I seen the face, I was like, yep, that's Uma Thurman. Got the hair down, everything. This is such a good figure. Like I said, one of his best, if not best, female figures he's done. I know Wonder Woman just came out and I don't have it yet. So right now, this is my number 9 DC Multiverse of 2023. My number 8 top DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to the Riddler. Now this one, when they announced this, I was blown away that they were doing a comic accurate Riddler. I know a lot of people don't really care for this mold or the look of the Riddler, but this is the Riddler I grew up with back in the 80s. This is, to me, a awesome figure. You got the purple gloves, the belt, the little mask, you got the blue little highlights in the hair, you got the question marks all over. He comes with his question mark cane, multiple hands. This is my Riddler, so that is why I chose this as my number 8 top McFarlane DC Multiverse figure of 2023. Now, on to number 7. My number 7 top DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to Robin from the Batman and Robin Build-A-Figure wave. Now, why this one comes in at number 7? I mean, come on, look at that. It comes complete with bat nipples. You got the Chris O'Donnell likeness pretty much down pat. Overall, it is pretty damn awesome. I mean, look at the boots. You got the symbol on the boots. You got the bat nipples. You got the Robin insignia on his belt. You got the red, which would be considered the Red Robin version of this, and the cape. I know it's like a rubbery plastic, but it's actually pretty dang good. It's light. He's able to stand. He doesn't fall back, which is pretty awesome for a McFarlane figure with a cape, because most of those capes on these figures are too heavy for the figures and they fall down. But this Robin is damn good, and the Build-A-Figure for this wave, the Mr. Freeze, is awesome. And that is a notable mention for Build-A-Figure of the year. It's probably my top 1 or 2, and I'll include that in this video towards the end, because I did some customization to it and it's pretty dang good. But back to Robin, articulation's pretty dang good. He is a little stiff in some parts, but man, this is a fantastic movie accurate Robin. I really hope that we get a Batman Forever wave and a Batman Forever version of Robin in the green and red. I think that will be awesome as well. So that is why this is my number 7 Multiverse figure of the year. My number 6 DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to Batman Nightfall. Why is this number 6 and not higher? That is because there are 2 other Batmans I feel like deserve a better and higher ranking in DC Multiverse of 2023. But number 6, because I hate to say it, quality control issues for this Batman, and it sucks. But besides that, the figure looks phenomenal. This is classic Batman from when I grew up. There's really nothing I can say bad about this figure besides the quality control. It articulates well, the rubber cape's nice and light. I like the way it's folded, and the mold's great. Like I said, this is just classic Batman in the gray and blue suit with the yellow belt. It is so awesome. The downside to this is this. It just came right apart. So that sucks. Overall, the figure is awesome. It looks great. But yeah, that is why this is my number 6 DC Multiverse 2023 Batman Nightfall. On to number 5. And then at number 5 on my top 10 DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to Firestorm. And this is from the McFarlane Collector Edition. There is a Platinum Edition of this Firestorm that is all in red, but this one I do like a lot better than the Platinum Edition. And this is classic Firestorm from when I grew up. I used to have the superpower and I used to play with that Firestorm all the time. So this to me brings back a lot of nostalgia. And that's why I rank it at number 5 out of the whole McFarlane Collector's Editions that have come out in 2023. I mean, look at this thing. The freaking fire hair, the fire in his hands is freaking awesome. The sculpt's great. This looks phenomenal. I don't know what else you could say that is bad about this figure. I know there's some people that didn't like this figure because they like the new, I guess, version of what it looks like. I don't know anything about the new version. I am set on the classic 80s style of the action figures like the Nightfall Batman right before. This is just, I think, one of the best figures he's done of 2023. Obviously, it's in my top 10, but the Collector's Edition of 2023, I think this is probably the second best out of the whole line besides Hawkman. The Hawkman Platinum Edition is classic Hawkman, and that's the one I want. But this Firestorm is phenomenal, so I believe, in my opinion, that those two in the McFarlane Collector's Edition are the two best so far. I know I said that already before, but yeah, this is my number 5 DC Multiverse of 2023 Firestorm. Such an awesome figure. If you don't have it, pick it up. Coming in at number 4 is Val Kilmer's Batman from Batman Forever. This is from the WB 100 Batman Movie Ultimate Collection box set. Comes with Keaton Batman, Kilmer Batman, Clooney Batman, Affleck Batman, Pattinson Batman. This box set is so awesome, but this Kilmer figure is so awesome. I think this is probably the best in that whole set. And look at the suit. Like, the suit looks fantastic. It looks like Val Kilmer. Like, how can you get those lips wrong? I really hope they make more Batman Forever figures in a whole wave. I want to see as many of the Batman suits as possible from that movie. I want to see a Riddler. I want to see a Two-Face. I want to see that Robin. But this is a freaking awesome figure. It even has cloth goods, a cloth cape. Would I like to see a rubber cape? Yeah, why not? I think they could re-release this figure with a rubber cape like they did the Batman and Robin figure. But yeah, this is probably the best figure in that whole box set. I know the Keaton Batman one's really good, but this is like, I love this movie. This is my Batman. I know this, I'm going to get some hate for that. Yes, Keaton Batman's awesome, but this is the Batman I enjoyed the most, Batman Forever. So this is my number 4 best McFarlane DC figure of 2023. My number 3 DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to Mr. Freeze. This is an awesome freaking sculpt figure. I love that you can take the helmet off and you can move his head around so you can get actually decent looking poses with him with different angles of his head. The suit looks fantastic. The sculpt's great. He's actually pretty heavy, which I was surprised he was that he was heavy. But man, look at this thing. It is awesome. There is a couple of gripes I do have with this. That's why this makes this number 3. I feel like there could have been a little bit more paint applications added to this, like right here and right in here where it's like an off-white. I think that they could have done a little bit better job on that, but what the heck, that is really the only complaints I have on this. I think this is a phenomenal figure. This is a really good Mr. Freeze. We do have the Page Puncher Mr. Freeze. We have the Build-A-Figure Mr. Freeze. I believe that might be it. But man, this is a great villain and a great action figure in the DC Multiverse line. So that's why I chose this as my number 3 DC Multiverse of 2023. My number 2 DC Multiverse of 2023 goes to the gold label Walmart exclusive Vampire Green Lantern. Now this thing, holy moly, they have done Vampire Batman, Vampire Superman, Vampire Joker, and now this Vampire Green Lantern. I think this one looks the best just based on the face sculpt, that green flaming hair. I know this is an old body mold that they've used many times on all the John Stewart Green Lanterns. The biggest gripe about this figure are the feet. I feel like the feet are just too small for this body. It's super weird, hard to keep him to stand up, so I'm surprised he's standing up right now. But yeah, this is a fantastic sculpt. The face itself, hands down the best vampire face sculpt on this line they've done so far. I would say Joker will be number 2, and then Batman, Superman, and the recently released Robin, which is, I don't really care for too much, but I do have it. It didn't make it in my top 10 of 2023. The Green Lantern did, so that's all that matters. The face sculpt alone just made this figure super high on my list this year. I love the hands. It got that creepy like zombie vampire like look. It has long nails. The flame effects look cool. Man, if you didn't pick this up, man, you missed out, because this is by far the best vampire sculpt of 2023. So that's why it's my number 2 DC Multiverse of 2023. Alright, my number 1 DC Multiverse action figure of 2023. You may have guessed this, you may not. Leave a comment down below right now before I put this figure in frame. It is one of the, yes, this is a Batman figure, or is it someone in the Bat family? Nope, it is Batman Hush. Look at this figure. Yes, this body has been used many times, but holy moly. The gray, the blue, the bat signal, or symbol, sorry, just fantastic. This is the best Batman that they made in 2023. Nightfall would have been number 1 if it wasn't for quality control issues, but this Batman, this gray and blue version, is by far one of the hardest ones to find. Was when it came out, still is to this day. They just came out with a black and gray version, which is the exact same body, just different paint. But this gray and blue one is freaking awesome. Look at that cape. The cape alone is just freaking badass. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this figure, but this is like the best Batman I think that he's made in 2023. I know I'm probably going to get a difference of opinion, but this is just my opinion. You can let me know down in the comments what your favorite Batman figure of 2023 was in DC Multiverse. It may have been this one. It may have been the Keaton Batman. It could have been the Flash Keaton Batman. Doesn't matter. Let me know down below. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for picking this Hush one, but this one, I am totally in love with this figure. I think it looks awesome. Don't care if the body's been used multiple times. It's just the gray and that blue just looks so damn good on this figure. But that is reason number 1 why he made it to number 1 over Nightfall and the Green Lantern Vampire. So let me know down below what you guys think of my top 10 list for DC Multiverse. And before I go, I'm going to throw in one more figure as an honorable mention. Like I said earlier in the video, this is, I think, the best DC Multiverse Build-A-Figure they did in 2023. Here he is, Mr. Freeze from the Batman and Robin. wave. This Build-A-Figure it's freaking awesome. As you can tell, if you can, I actually chromed out all the plastic gray that this figure is. So I went and got a chrome paint pen and chromed out everything. So it's hard to tell, but that is the gray plastic that it was. Bottom of the feet. But then it just doing this chrome on him just heightened the aesthetic and the look of this Build-A-Figure. The face sculpt, I think it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think this is the best Build-A-Figure he did this year, let alone it being a Warner Brothers movie line. I don't know what else you could say. I think the blue could have been a little bit more of a neonish color, but that's really it. Overall, this is, like I said, the best Build-A-Figure he did in 2023. Leave a comment down below if you think that this is the best Build-A-Figure of 2023, or what your favorite Build-A-Figure of 2023 in DC Multiverse was. Was it Solomon Grundy? Was it one of the other? I don't even remember all of them. But that is it. Thank you for watching my top 10 DC Multiverse of 2023. And with that, we out of here.
Gasping for it. Heard about it, you see about it, you read about gasping for it. Infiltrate every gasping for it.